Hi guys, sorry for my gloomy update the last video I posted. I'm in my living room, not my room for a change. I've got the fire on, trying to heat up, got my blanket, I'm all cozy, it's great. So I've had a couple meetings in the last couple of days, one following last week's incident, and one just that needed to happen anyways, but kind of prompted to get the ball rolling from last week's incident. So yesterday I had home treatment, that was fine. They came, had breakfast, weighed me, blah 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 blah, nothing exciting there. Then at 11:15 I went to the hospital to have like a mini review with the psychiatrist. It wasn't like a full-blown review where everyone from my team's there. It was just a mini review where we looked at my meds, we talked about what happened, tried to make a little plan. So the outcome from that was they're changing some of my meds around. We're changing quetiapine to olanzapine. I'm already starting to wean off quetiapine, and then next week I should be starting olanzapine. And that's kind of the biggest bit. And yesterday not yesterday, this was on Monday actually. On Monday, like all of this was on Monday. On Monday, while I was there, she said, "Oh, you made a decision about daycare," and I was like, kind of. I don't really know. So while I was there, I spoke to the daycare person, and we made an appointment for today. For today. So that's what I did. And today I had that appointment, and it was kind of, I thought it was going to be another like informal chat like we'd already had about the daycare program, what it offers, blah 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 blah. No, it was like an assessment to assess me to take me to daycare, and I was like, okay, so I am starting it. They have like a readiness kind of program for 2 to 3 weeks before you start, so you can kind of get to grips with the program, and they can kind of get to grips with you, so you're not just thrown in 4 days a week in the deep end. So I've got that next week, Tuesday and Thursday, and then probably a couple of days the week after. It worked out quite well because if I start in like 3 weeks, their program kind of, so like almost like the terms are kind of restart in 3 weeks, so that gives me 3 weeks for readiness, which is a perfect amount of time. 3 weeks until their program like restarts, so it all worked out pretty well. There was something else as well. So because it's I won't say where it is, but because basically my county is Berkshire, all kind of mental health services work on a county basis, so they're like areas. Now I'm right, so kind of, let me try and picture this. So say this is my county, this is Berkshire. It's not a square, but say it is. Say I'm here, this is me. This is pretty much all of the mental health services in the adult services. So they're basically all on the other side of the county, which doesn't help. So I'm like 10 minutes down the road from a lot of places, but because they're in Surrey or Hampshire or wherever else, I don't qualify, so I can't use them. So if I do the daycare program, it's an 1.5 hour round trip there and back. It's 40 minutes there and 40 minutes back, which is a lot of time. And I drive a Volkswagen Beetle, and it's a 1.6, and it drinks petrol. It chugs petrol like you've never seen a car use that much petrol. It's mad. It's absolutely ridiculous. Yeah. So I don't really know what I'm going to do about that, but I was thinking about applying. A couple of my friends have told me about something called P.I.P. I can't remember what it stands for. It's like personal independence pay or something like that. I might be completely off, but that's a guess. So I was thinking about applying for that anyways, because I can't work 5 days a week or full time because of my weight, because of my health, because of blah 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 blah. And if I do daycare, obviously that's 4 days a week that I now can't work. I don't work Saturdays. I don't work Saturdays. I'm contracted Sundays, so I'll only really be able to do 2 days a week. Um, so yeah, so if I get paid like £200 a month, which I generally do get paid about £200 a month, unless I work a ridiculous amount of shifts or extra shifts or like no shifts at all, I get paid about £200 a month, maybe 250 some months. It's a little bit over £5 from my house to the unit and back. So if I say £5 each day and I go 4 days a week, that's £20 a week. And so there's 4 weeks in a month. Well, there is 4 weeks in a month for me, payday wise. 20 times 4, God, I can't do maths. £80 a month. Yeah, £80 a month. That's a lot of money. Round it up to like 90 because it's just over £5. That's a lot of money a month just to be spending on getting to the hospital and back. Like, that's not including getting to work, parking for work, going out, buying McDonald's, buying clothes, but like anything. That's £80 a month just for getting to the hospital and back. Like, not petrol for the month, like just petrol for that, which is a lot of money. Like, that's nearly half my pay gone. And £200 a month as it is doesn't really cut it, hence why I do so many extra shifts. Yeah, so I don't really know what I'm gonna do, but they said that they could look into getting expenses, and they said that they'd advocate for me to get P.I.P. So yeah, so I've done a little bit of research on it already, but I didn't really apply or anything because I haven't spoken to the doctors. But now that the unit's kind of said that, I'm just gonna go ahead and just apply. I've got nothing to lose by applying. I do feel bad because I do think that the benefits system is for people who really need money and have kids and have to pay bills and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, like, I'm not planning to be on this forever, and I am eligible, so that does mean that I should be able to get this. But that was like my main reservation, is that I'm obviously very lucky. I live in a nice house, I have a good family, I have a job, I can work, not as much as I'd like, but I can work. I'm not like in need, if that makes sense, but right at this moment in time I can't cut it if I do this day program, which I generally like. I do need to do this because otherwise everything's just going to keep going in complete turmoil. Yeah, so I'm trying to justify it to myself. Please don't get angry at me, because I know that the benefit system is for people who really need it, but I don't know, it's just an option, and I need to consider my options. The last thing, I probably should have said this before all the money stuff, but I've done it now. The last thing would be, basically, because on top of the eating disorder I also have borderline personality disorder, and obviously do a lot of risky behaviours like overdoses and getting sectioned and running away and shit like that. They are concerned that will either interfere with my day programme, interfere with my ability to go and participate in the day programme, interfere with other people's day programme. So they just said that they're going to have to keep a really close eye on it. Things like, obviously, don't take tablets into the unit, don't take blades into the unit, don't take harmful substances into the unit, don't go in drunk. While I'm driving I won't, but don't go in drunk, don't take an overdose there, don't shit like that, like obvious stuff that is a risk, you know. So they said they're going to have to keep an eye on that. Obviously, I fully appreciate that. But yeah, so that's kind of their reservations and my reservations and where we're at. So I'm going to do the readiness, which starts in next week on Tuesday. I go in at 9:30 for a breakfast, and then on Thursday I'm going in at 1 for lunch. So I hope you guys are okay. I will let you know how the readiness program goes next week, and I will keep you as updated as I possibly can now that things are finally moving along and we're not kind of going from incident to incident with nothing in between. I'm hoping that this will be helpful and not detrimental, like my inpatient admission, and yeah, we'll see how it goes, and I'll let you know. Alright, stay strong. Bye. So I've got that next